जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जय। श्रील वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। सामवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to this week's Chaitanya Bhagavat reading. Just give me 1 second. I want to send a reminder. I wish it just went automatically. Reminder. Yeah, I don't find it, so you can take care of it, Isha. So we are reading Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. Let me share the screen. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Khanda, chapter 23. Sri Navadvipa Nagara Brahmana. What did we read last week? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu destroyed the offense of Sachimata. That's what we saw. So let's continue reading now. Chapter 23. Sri Navadvipa Nagara Brahmana, wandering in the Navadvip city. Glory, glory to Sri Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, who is a treasure house of transcendental virtues. Glory to Lord Chaitanya, the maintainer of the worlds. Glory to Lord Chaitanya, the great treasure cherished by Lord Shiva and the demigods. Glory, glory to Lord Chaitanya, who is the king of the Brahmanas and dear to Lord Nityananda. Glory, glory to Lord Chaitanya's devotees. Lord Chaitanya enjoyed pastimes in Navadvip, but those pastimes were not seen by the eyes of all. Day after day, Chaitanya, the king of Vaikuntha, was present in Navadvip city. Accompanied by most dear Nityananda, he enjoyed many pastimes. Accompanied by his devotees, he relished the nectar of his own holy names. Every evening he performed kirtan. Only the devotees and none else were allowed in these kirtans. Lord Chaitanya's powers were very glorious. No one in the three worlds had the power to know their limit. Barred from the kirtan, 5 or 10 persons complained. Same thing we are reading in Chaitanya Charitamrita also. Barred from the kirtan, 5 or 10 persons complained. They were hurrying to Yamaraj's abode. One of them said, "Who can be a true Vaishnav in Kali Yuga? These people are only pretending so they can fill their bellies." Another one said, "If we tie their hands and feet and throw them in the water, then all our sufferings will go away." Another one said, "Oh, my brothers, please know for certain that this Nimai Pandit will destroy our village." Sometimes they would threaten the devotees to gain entrance and see the kirtan. But they were not fortunate at heart. What could they accomplish by mere expert plans and tricks? Lord Chaitanya performed kirtan. In this way, he purified the thoughts of everyone in the world. Unable to see the Lord's kirtan, some people blamed themselves, saying, "We are unfortunate." They sighed. Some asked the devotees to secretly bring them inside so they could see the kirtan. All the Lord's servants knew the Lord knows everything. Afraid no one would bring anyone in. A certain austere, saintly, and faultless brahmachari lived in Navadvip. He always lived only by drinking milk, and he never ate rice. This Brahmana yearned to see the Lord's kirtan. Lord Chaitanya personally closed the doors and began the kirtan. Only the devotees and none else were allowed to enter. Every day this Brahmana came to Srivasa's house. He yearned to see the Lord's dancing. He would say, "If for one day you are merciful to me, please allow me to enter the house. Then I will be able to see the great Pandits dance. Then my eyes will have attained their goal. Then I will attain the goal of my life." Every day the Brahmana repeated this request. One day Srivas replied, "I know you have always been a very good person. The time has not come for you to taste the fruit of your long brahmacharya. I know that no sins stay in your body. You are qualified to see the Lord's kirtan. The Lord's order is that no one should enter. Therefore, I tell you, I will secretly let you in." Speaking these words, he let the Brahmana inside and gave him a place to hide. Lord Chaitanya, the master of the 14 worlds, began to dance. In the 4 directions were the very fortunate devotees. Everyone sang Krishna, Rama, Mukunda, Murari, Vanamali. There was a great tumult. Nityananda and Gadadhar embraced. Advaita joyfully ran in the 4 directions. Overcome with spiritual bliss, no one was in external consciousness. Lord Chaitanya, the king of Vaikuntha, danced. Hari bol, oh my brothers, Hari bol. No one could hear any sounds but these. Lord Chaitanya wept, trembled, and loudly roared. The hairs of his body stood erect. Who can describe all his symptoms of ecstasy? Lord Chaitanya, the crest jewel of the all-knowing, the crest jewel of the all-knowing. So if there are others who are all-knowing, he is the best amongst them. The crest jewel of the all-knowing knew a Brahmana is hiding here. Stopping, Lord Chaitanya said, "Why do I not feel ecstasy today? I know that someone is in this house. More, I don't know. I know that someone is there, but more than that, I don't know. Tell me the truth. Frightened, Shrivas said, Lord, no blasphemer has come to this house. There is only one good Brahmana brahmachari. He lives only by drinking milk. His whole life he is sinless. With great faith, he wants to see your dancing. He is hiding now. This you know very well. Hearing this, Lord Chaitanya angrily said, Quickly, quickly take him from this house. Send him away. What power has he to see my dancing? By drinking milk, he will become my devotee. Raising his arms and spreading his fingers, Lord Chaitanya declared, Merely by drinking milk, one will never attain me. If an outcast takes shelter of me, then he is mine, and I am his. Know that without doubt. If a sannyasi does not take shelter of me, then he is not mine. I speak the truth. So, simply by social position, one cannot win the Lord. The only thing that can attract the Lord is taking shelter of the Lord, surrendering to the Lord. That's what the Lord is saying. Even as socially, if somebody is an outcast, he's a chandala, if he's taking shelter of the Lord, if he's a devotee, then the Lord says he is mine. But he may be he may be a sannyasi, completely renounced, has no attachment to this material world. He's very renounced, detached. But still, if he doesn't take shelter of the Lord, then the Lord says, he's not mine. I speak the truth. What austerities did Gajendra or the monkeys or the gopas do? How did they attain me? Tell. The demons perform austerities, isn't it? Ravana did austerities, Kumbhakarna did, Hiranyakashipu did. The demons perform austerities. What happens to them? Without taking shelter of me, no one has the power to attain me. Then the Lord said, Merely by drinking milk, one does not get the power to attain me. When I see that fellow, I will rip him to pieces. Which fellow? That brahmachari who drank milk only. Frightened, frightened, the brahmachari went outside. He didn't even wait for somebody to tell him to go. Mahaprabhu is talking to the devotees, to Srivas Thakur, get him out of here. If I see him, I'm going to rip him to pieces. The brahmachari got scared and he walked outside on his own. He went outside. In his heart, the saintly Brahmana thought, I am very fortunate that I briefly saw the Lord. Only because of my offenses that I was punished. I was punished only because of my offenses. But still, I'm so fortunate that I got to see a little bit, for a brief time, I got to see the Lord dance. I saw his wonderful dancing and his wonderful kirtan. Only because of my offenses was I rebuked. Right? It's not the Lord's fault. I'm at fault. Because of my offenses, I was rebuked by the Lord. When the Lord punishes him, a true devotee thinks in this way. See? So now we get to see what is the heart of a devotee. How can you tell who is a devotee? When he is punished, he he thinks, yes, I'm at fault. When the Lord punishes him, a true devotee thinks in this way, that it's only I was at fault, that's why I'm being punished. Thinking in this way, the Brahmana walked. Lord Chaitanya, who is the super soul in the hearts of all, knew the Brahmana's thoughts. Calling for him and bringing him back, Lord Chaitanya, who is an ocean of kindness, placed his lotus feet on the Brahmana's head. The Lord said to him, Don't try to become powerful by performing austerities. Know that devotional service to Lord Vishnu is the best of all spiritual activities. The Brahmana wept with joy. He always remembered the Lord's kindness, happily calling out, Hari, Hari. The devotees offered Dandavat obeisances. Anyone who faithfully hears these confidential pastimes will certainly meet Lord Chaitanya. That meeting is inevitable. Look at that. Nobody can stop this. Anyone who has faithfully heard these pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he will certainly meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and it is inevitable. It is going to happen. After thus giving his mercy to the Brahmana, Lord Chaitanya danced in great ecstasy. I offer my respectful obeisances to that Brahmana who thought in that way when the Lord punished him. In this way, the Lord performed kirtan every evening. The non-devotees did not have the power to see them. For this reason, the people of Nadia were unhappy at heart. The pious people rebuked the materialists and blasphemers. The good sense of these sinners and blasphemers is completely destroyed. Because of them, we cannot see these great festivals. The sinners and blasphemers speak ill of everyone. Because of them, we are cheated of seeing these kirtans. Nimai Pandit will never open the door to those sinners and blasphemers. He is a great devotee of Lord Krishna. That we all know. His heart is supremely pure. If we have true devotion for the Lord, then someday we will certainly see his dancing. Some of the townspeople said, "Brothers, let us wait here. Eventually we will fill our eyes with the sight of this kirtan." To deliver the entire world, Nimai Pandit has come to Nadia. In town after town and home after home, at every door, he will perform Sankirtan. This I tell you. Every time the Lord descends to this world, the pious people become fortunate and the blasphemer Pandits perish. When day came, all the pious people of Nadia went to see the Lord. Some brought new goods, some held bananas in their hands, some brought ghee, some yogurt, and some splendid garlands. Everyone had come to see the Lord. So this is in the Lord's home. During the day, everyone could come and see. Seeing the Lord, everyone offered Dandavat obeisances. The Lord said, "All of you, please devotedly serve Lord Krishna. Please always chant Lord Krishna's names and describe his glories." The Lord personally taught them. Please happily hear from me the Maha Mantra of Lord Krishna's names. It is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hari Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is Mahaprabhu telling everyone. Please happily hear from me this Mahamantra, he said. The Lord said, regularly chant japa of this Mahamantra. In this way, you will attain all perfections. Chant at any time and in any circumstance. There are no other rules for chanting. Gather together, 5 or 10, in your own homes. Clap hands and sing kirtan of these holy names. You may also sing these words. Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan. Gathering at home with parents, wife, and children, please sing kirtan in this way. Attaining these mantras from the Lord's own mouth, everyone became joyful. They offered Dandavat obeisances and then they returned to their homes. With mind and body always thinking of the Lord's feet, they always chanted japa of the holy names of Lord Krishna. At sunset, they gathered in their homes, clapped their hands, and performed kirtan. So they could not participate in the Lord's kirtan in Srivas Thakur's home, but the Lord instructed them, you do kirtan in your own homes. Just the family come together and you clap your hands and you do kirtan. And he said what to sing. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and Hari Haraya Nama Krishna. So they all started. At sunset, so this is Gaurarti, right? At sunset, they all gathered in their homes, clapped their hands, and performed kirtan. In this way, Sachi's son established kirtan in village after village. Picking them up, Lord Chaitanya embraced everyone. He personally placed garlands around their necks. Placing a blade of grass between his teeth, the Lord begged, "O my brothers, please worship Lord Krishna day and night." Gazing at the Lord, everyone wept, engaging their voices, thoughts, and bodies, right? Mind, body, and words. They performed Sankirtan. Clapping their hands, the townspeople joyfully chanted, Rama, Narayan. In every home were sounds of mridangas, kartals, and conch shells. The people played the instruments. The people played the instruments that they played at Goddess Durga's festivals. So they had instruments already that they would play during Durga Devi's festivals. So the same instruments they used to perform Hari Sankirtan. At the time of Kirtan, they played all these instruments. With happy hearts, everyone sang Hari, and then Rama, Rama, and then Hari, and then Rama, Rama. In this way, the holy names of the Supreme Lord arose in the village. Chanting and chanting Lord Hari's holy names, the banana leaf seller Sridhar was walking down the road. Hearing the kirtan, he began to dance wildly. That great servant of Lord Chaitanya was overcome with bliss. Seeing joyful Sridhar, the townspeople surrounded him. Now the kirtan was in the four directions around him. Tasting the nectar of ecstatic love, Sridhar rolled about on the ground. Standing aloof, the materialists laughed. One sinner said, "Oh, my brothers, look, the banana leaf seller has become a Vaishnava. He has no proper clothing. There is no food in his belly. He wants everyone to know I am in ecstasy." Another said, "They are celebrating Goddess Durga's festival at the wrong time." Right? This is not the time for Durga Puja. They are celebrating Goddess Durga's festival at the wrong time. Even though the blasphemers spoke in this way, the townspeople daily chanted Lord Krishna's holy names. One day, by divine arrangement, the Qazi was walking on the road. He could hear the mridangas, karatals, and conch shells. Hearing a tumult of Lord Hari's holy names in the four directions, the Qazi remembered his own scripture. The Qazi called out, "Catch them! Catch them! Today I will act. What will your teacher Nimai Pandit do now?" There was a great commotion. The townspeople fled, frightened. Some did not even tie their hair. Some successfully fled. The Qazi had the others beaten. He broke mridangas. He acted badly. The Qazi said, "There is still Hinduism in Nadia. I will punish the Hindus. Night is coming. For now I will forgive. Do this on another day, and I will take away your caste." Every day on the Qazi's order, a gang of thugs wandered the town, looking for any kirtan. Unhappy, the townspeople hid. The Qazi's men attacked and beat Hindus. Some said, "Lord Hari's name should be chanted in the mind. What Purana says one should make a great commotion of chanting. They who jump over the Vedas words will be punished." These people are not afraid that they will lose their caste. So this is the Brahmins. The people who went and complained to Kazi were the local Brahmins only. So the Smartha Brahmins. So they are saying that Lord Hari's name should be chanted in the mind. They who jump over the Vedas words will be punished. These people are not afraid that they will lose their caste. Nimai Pandit is very proud. Soon the Qazi will rip his pride to pieces. Nityananda, who wanders from village to village, will someday see all these happy things. Nityananda, who wanders from village to village, will someday see all these happy things. They're calling it happy things, that Kazi is going to rip the pride of Nimai Pandit to pieces and Nityananda Prabhu will see these happy things. They call us blasphemers. These people are all hypocrites. Soon they will all run from Nadia. Afraid, no devotee answered. They all went to the Lord and said, "Afraid of the Qazi, we can no longer perform kirtan. Every day he sends 1,000 men wandering about. We will leave Nadia and go to another place. We place this news before your 2 feet." Hearing that the kirtan was stopped, Lord Chaitanya became angry. He became like Lord Shiva personified. Sachi's son made a thunderous cry. Touching their ears, the townspeople called out, "Hari!" Right? It was so loud, the Lord's roar. Lord Chaitanya said, Nityananda, give me your attention. At this moment, go to all the Vaishnavas' homes. Today I will do kirtan in all of Navadvip. I will see who will do what to me. I will see. Today I will set the Qazi's door and house on fire. What will the king do? That I will see. Today I will make a great rainstorm of pure devotional service and ecstatic love for Lord Krishna. Today, time personified stands before the blasphemers. O people of Nadia, O my brothers, go everywhere and repeat this order. Let everyone who wishes to see Lord Krishna's secret come here with a torch. I will smash the Qazi's house. I will perform kirtan at the Qazi's door. I will see what he will do. The numberless universes are filled with the servants of my servants. Why be afraid when I am present? No one should feel in their hearts even half a sesame seed's worth of fear. Everyone should eat lunch and then quickly assemble here in the afternoon. Then the townspeople left. The hairs on their bodies stood up. How could the people eat lunch? Going from house to house, they said, "Today Nimai Pandit will dance in village after village." In the past, thousands and millions of the people in Nadia lamented because they did not see Lord Chaitanya dance. Now there was great joy in home after home, for now Lord Chaitanya would openly dance in village after village. If a father made a torch, the son would also make his own torch. Everyone worked happily. No one could stop them. One made a large torch, another also made a large torch. All made large torches. We don't hear any small torches. Great barrels of oil were used for the torches. Countless millions of people lived in Nadia. Who had the power to count the torches there? Everyone became very busy. Some people made 1,000 torches. The town of Nityananda, no, town of Navadvip. The town of Navadvip was filled with torches. Mhm. The town of Navadvip was filled with torches, or Nadia, Navadvip. Women, children, and elders all became very happy. Hmm. Who but Lord Krishna himself has the power to do all this? Only the sinners do not understand this truth. Thus, by a single casual order, all of Navadvip came bearing torches to the Lord. Hearing that all the Vaishnavas had come, Sachi's son gave them instructions. Lord Advaita would dance in front. Some devotees would sing in his group. Haridas would dance in the middle. Some devotees would sing by his side. Then Srivas Pandit would dance. Some devotees would sing in his group. Then Lord Chaitanya looked at Nityananda. Nityananda said, "I will never leave you. Wherever I go, I will take you with me. That is my duty. Not for a single sesame seed's worth of time will I ever abandon the feet you keep in my heart. Lord, what power have I to dance independently away from you? As you act, so do I. That is my devotional service to you." Seeing tears of bliss and love streaming over Lord Nityananda's limbs, Lord Chaitanya embraced him and kept him always by his side. The hearts of all became filled with bliss. Some danced in separate groups and some danced by the Lord's side. O my brothers, please attentively hear of this kirtan in the city. One who hears this description kills his past karma. This Sankirtan that the Lord did, anyone who hears about this description, he kills his past karma. Gadadhar, Vakreshwar, Murari, Srivas, Gopinath, Jagadish, Gangadas Vipra, Ramai, Govindananda, Sri Chandrasekhar, Vasudev, Sri Garbha, Mukunda, Sridhar, Govinda, Jagadananda, Nandanacharya, Shuklambar, and many others were in that kirtan. Who knows all the names of Lord Chaitanya's numberless servants? In the future, Vedavyas will reveal their names in the Puranas. What human being has the power to say, how Lord Chaitanya danced with his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. What human being has the power to say how Lord Chaitanya danced with his associates, how he was dancing? Who has the power to describe that? What wonderful pastimes did the Lord reveal when he became the son of Sachi? Little by little, Lord Chaitanya's joy grew. In this way, the afternoon passed. What bliss was in the devotees' hearts! The devotees floated in an ocean of happiness. Lord Chaitanya, Goddess Lakshmi's husband, would dance in the city. Seeing this, Seeing this would happen, everyone felt all their sufferings would soon perish. The women, children, elders, and all other moving and unmoving living entities who saw the dancing became free from all material bondage. Who was not in ecstasy? Then the sun set. Millions and millions of people were at the Lord's door. They filled the universe with sounds of Hari. Then the Lord, who is Sachi's son, made a great sound, a sound that filled the ears of all. That sound excited everyone. Calling out, Hari! Everyone lighted their torches. So let me see how long is this chapter. It's a big chapter. Yeah, we won't be able to finish it all today. So I will have to stop. It's a big chapter. We'll have to do it in pieces. Wow.
At least the Sankirtan portion we should do, no?
This is Sankirtan only. The whole thing is Sankirtan.
What?
Yes.
How can we leave it now?
Mataji, 536 verses, and in half an hour we covered only 160. Yeah. 21. Okay, yeah. 63. I read. That sound excited everyone. Calling out Hari, everyone lighted their torches. In the four directions, thousands and millions of torches burned brilliantly. In the four directions, thousands and millions of people chanted Hari. Who has the power to describe the glory of all this? What great bliss descended on that place? I do not know. How splendid is the moon! How splendid is the sun! How splendidly do the stars shine! I do not know even slightly. The sky became filled with light. It was as if Lord Krishna himself stood there in the form of light. Fair-limbed, handsome Lord Chaitanya called out, Hari! All the Vaishnavas became agitated. A kirtan surrounded Lord Chaitanya. The devotees' bodies were garlanded with flowers and anointed with sandal paste and red fagu powder. Playing kartals, everyone made a glorious sound. Their power defeated millions of lions. In the four directions, the devotees surrounded the Lord, who is Sachi's son. Everyone around the Lord drank the nectar of dancing. Chanting Hari, everyone floated in bliss. Gazing at the Lord's face, everyone became free of material sufferings. Everyone blissfully chanted Hari. Lord Chaitanya's handsomeness defeated millions of Kamdevs. I cannot speak any metaphor or simile to describe how handsome the Lord was. Still, by the Lord's mercy, I will say something to describe him. Who has the power to describe him completely? His form was effulgent like God. He was the essence of all the Vedas, anointed with sandal paste. He was like the moon personified. On his curly hair was a splendid jasmine garland, defeating all beauties the arts can create. He smiled very sweetly. Sandal paste and drops of fagu paste shone on his forehead. He raised his arms and with his graceful moon-like mouth he chanted Hari. Reaching to his knees, a great garland swung to and fro across his body. His entire body was wet with tears from his lotus eyes. His great arms were like two golden pillars. His limbs with hair standing up were like golden kadamba flowers. You know kadamba flowers. So his hair was standing on end. So his limbs were like kadamba flowers. His lips were very red. His teeth were beautiful. His glorious eyebrows reached almost to the root of his ears. Like they would come all the way to the root of his ears. His shoulders defeated the king of elephants. His chest was broad. His white and thin sacred thread was splendid. Lakshmi and Tulsi stay at his lotus feet. His garments were fine, pure, and splendid. His nose was raised. His neck was charming like a lion's neck. His body was very tall and fair. The people there said, "Look how the Lord's hair is beautiful with many flowers." A great multitude was present there. Even a great host of mustard seeds fallen to the ground would not equal the number of people there. Having attained his mercy, everyone there happily gazed at the Lord's face. Gazing at the Lord's face, the ladies made auspicious sounds and chanted Hari at every moment. Every doorway was decorated with bananas, coconuts, mangoes, and full water pots. Beautiful ghee lamps burned. Yogurt, rice, and durva grass were sprinkled on the splendid walkways. Every doorway in Nadia was like this. Who arranged for all this? I do not know. Every man and woman followed the Lord. Filled with bliss, they were not aware of anything else. The thieves thought, "This is our opportunity. Now we will rob every house." Because nobody's at house. Everyone went in the Sankirtan. So the thieves are thinking, now is our opportunity. Now we will rob every house. At the end, also, filled with ecstasy, the thieves forgot all about robbing others. They went to steal, but when they heard the Kirtan, they went into ecstasy. They forgot that they're supposed to rob. Placing the word Hari on their mouths, they did not enter anyone's house. Some threw puffed rice and coins on the path, and some followed the procession. There was great joy. Please do not think these descriptions are all exaggerations. When Lord Krishna enjoys pastimes, things like this happen. In an eye blink, Lord Krishna made 900,000 jewel palaces appear in Dwaraka. When Lord Krishna enjoyed water pastimes with the Yadavas in the ocean around Dwaraka, the saltwater ocean suddenly became transformed into an ocean of nectar. Confidential pastimes are described in the Harivamsa. Please do not doubt them. Overcome with bliss, Lord Chaitanya danced in a kirtan of his own holy names. All auspiciousness came there. Dancing, Lord Chaitanya proceeded on the path by the Ganga shore. Chanting Hari, everyone ran before and behind him. Lord Advaita and his group went ahead. Dancing, they proceeded with great bliss. Then came Haridas, who was a nectar ocean of love for Lord Krishna. On the Lord's order, gracefully dancing, Haridas proceeded on the path. Then Srivas danced as he proceeded on the path. His actions were all pastimes filled with the bliss of love for Lord Krishna. These devotees went before the Lord. That means they went ahead. Another group of devotees surrounded the Lord and sang. So first there was Advaita Acharya, Haridas Thakur, Srivas Thakur in three groups. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu surrounded by his group of devotees. Dancing very gracefully, the other devotees followed behind Lord Chaitanya. All the devotees sang with voices sweet like nectar. Perhaps they had never sung before, but now they sang very well. Murari, Mukunda Datta, Ramai, Govinda, Vakreshwar, and Vasudev led the devotees. Surrounded by these singers, Lord Chaitanya danced. Filled with bliss, the Lord's group proceeded on the path. Nityananda and Gadadhar were at the Lord's two sides. Nityananda Prabhu said, "I'll be with you." So Gadadhar Pandit also was with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They both swam in a nectar ocean of ecstatic love. Dancing and dancing, Lord Chaitanya proceeded on the path. Thousands and millions of people ran to see him. Millions and millions of torches brightly burned. Their light was like moonlight on the bodies of all. The light of the torches was like moonlight on the bodies of all. In the four directions, that means it was very cooling. Moonlight is very pleasing, isn't it? Torches are fire, but still their light was like moonlight on the bodies of all the devotees. In the four directions, millions and millions of torches brightly burned. In the four directions, millions and millions of people chanted Hari, gazing at the Lord's dancing and wonderful ecstatic symptoms. Everyone in Nadia became agitated with transcendental bliss. One moment the Lord's limbs were covered with dust, the next moment his limbs were washed with tears from his eyes. Seeing the Lord's ecstatic symptoms of trembling, perspiring, and bodily hair standing erect, even the blasphemers felt their thoughts begin to dance. A great tumult of Lord Krishna's holy names arose in the town. Everywhere, everyone chanted Hari. Everywhere, everyone danced, chanting Hari and Rama, Rama, and Hari and Rama, Rama. All the fortunate people danced. In place after place, 5 or 10 people would meet in this way. Some sang, some played musical instruments, and in the middle, some danced. So Mahaprabhu created his groups of singers, but other devotees also, they just formed their groups and they started singing like this. Thousands and thousands and millions of people were there. Blissfully dancing, they proceeded in Navadvip. They sang, Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan. Some danced alone, some clapping their hands danced in groups of 5 or 10. Some carried in their 2 hands torches, not one, but both hands they had 2 torches. And the oil, that was the torch's food. So they were carrying torch and oil for the torch. How were all these wonders happening? I think it was like Vaikuntha come to Navadvip. So they had 2 torches and they also were carrying oil for the torches. How all this is happening? Because now they manifested 4 arms. I think it was like Vaikuntha come to Navadvip. The spiritual nature of Vaikuntha was then present on the earth. Every living entity had become a 4 armed resident of Vaikuntha. Still, overcome with the bliss of love for Lord Krishna, no one knew it. They didn't notice their own 4 arms, nor did they notice that others had 4 arms. They were completely in ecstasy. Everyone now had 4 hands, but no one knew it. They had forgotten all about themselves. How could they know it? In this way, the bliss of Vaikuntha came to Navadvip. Dancing, everyone proceeded on the path by the Ganga's bank. As he went, Lord Chaitanya had become like Nanda's son, garlanded with forest flowers and a charming flute in his hand. He proceeded on the path. So Mahaprabhu now became like Krishna. In this way, everyone performed kirtan. They forgot their bodies and their duties. They forgot all their sufferings and their lamentations. Some rolled on the ground. Some slapped their arms. Some found many words appearing on their tongues. Some said, where will this rascal Kazi go now? If I catch him, I will sever his head and throw it away. Some went off to catch some blasphemers. They were like, if they found, let me go and catch that blasphemer. They went off to catch some blasphemers. Some, speaking the names of certain blasphemers, struck the ground with their fists. How many people played mridangas? I do not know. How many people blissfully sang? I do not know. It was as if a great shower of ecstatic love fell on all of Nadia. The Lord's servants in Vaikuntha always yearned to find such a shower. All the people of Nadia floated in the nectar of bliss, the same bliss that overwhelms Brahma, Shiva, and Anantasesh. Dancing with his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions, the king of Vaikuntha proceeded on the path by the Ganga's bank. Never had such bliss come to the earth. Every path in every direction was filled with bliss. It was as if there was no longer even a single sesame seed's worth of sin anywhere on the earth. The highest purity was present in every place. Dancing, handsome and fair limbed Lord Chaitanya proceeded on the path. Surrounding him in the 4 directions, the singing devotees followed him. So we can continue from here next weekend, next Saturday.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for extending. Thank you,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. See you